Alright, boys, let's start this up. We're here. We're a little late than normal, but we're going to do the podcast. We're here live in the studio once again at the show. Boys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
You already know that answer.
Well,
Yeah, you fuck.
we have a pretty juicy topic tonight for what we're talking about. Yeah. And it's I feel like it's kind of important for I think we've had this debate a couple of times and it's just never been fully discussed. And I think it's about time we address it. And that is the wonderful topic of Avenged Sevenfold. But not just any particular reason. We're talking about specifically the albums and the band as a whole. And what album is like maybe more or less the best. I think we're just mainly talking about the band in general, and the albums are just there as defense.
Right.
So, about this topic, we had a different topic before. Then yesterday we were playing games, and all of a sudden this randomly came up because Matt sent it to me. He knew my stance on one of the songs, and I was like, "Yep, arguably the worst song." And then that just cascaded this discussion. We're like, "No, we're switching tomorrow's topic to this." Avenged Sevenfold.
Yep.
So where to begin? Live on Twitch. Join in whenever you want. Say whatever you want. Say we suck. Say Avenged Sevenfold sucks. We don't care. Or if you're watching on YouTube,
And then you'll be wrong.
put in your put in whatever comments you want on YouTube. And yeah, that's about it. So to begin this topic off, Matt sent me a song from the White Album. The White Album being, I think that's just their self-titled album, if I'm...
Yep. That's their self-titled album from 2007.
And there's a song by them in there, and it's Lost. The song Lost. And I absolutely just disgustingly dislike it. I do not like that song one bit. For many multiple reasons, but I also do not like the White Album. I don't say I won't like it, I just am saying arguably that the White Album is their worst album. But
I disagree.
at the same time, that's the one everyone's gonna freak out about because that's the one that's like super mainstream popular, and I think that's one of the reasons why I don't like it. Now I'm not being
You're a fucking hipster.
I was gonna say I'm not being a hipster and being like, I don't like it because everybody else likes it. I don't like it because it's not Avenged Sevenfold.
I mean, I think it's still Avenged Sevenfold. Like most of the songs out there are still Avenged Sevenfold, like critical acclaim. Very, very, very. Like it's a big throwback to Waking the Fallen is critical acclaim. Almost Easy and Afterlife are also really good. Unbound, The Wild Ride, also very good song. A Little Piece of Heaven, very Avenged Sevenfold-esque.
Okay,
Scream is very Avenged Sevenfold.
Let's start at the very beginning.
The only song that isn't Avenged Sevenfold-esque on that album is Lost and Dear God.
Let's start at the very beginning. The band.
I don't care for the song Scream in that one.
The band comes in, they do their thing, they start getting started, whatever. They drop Sound of the Seventh Trumpet in 2001. The summer of 2001. And, you know, back then I was still listening to like fucking Usher and stuff because I was an idiot.
Idiot.
I don't know what I was listening to. And it was actually my friend that like always listened to these guys to the point where like whenever we did anything, especially when we got our license and started driving, he was always listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and all my other friends just couldn't stand that. And I was one of his friends in that, well, not one, the only one, but I was more or less there, and I was like, I like these guys. I don't care. You can play them as much as you want because I actually genuinely like all them. By that time, when I had my license and stuff, they had everything out up to the White Album. Pretty sure. Anyways, so Sound of the Seventh Trumpet. Matt, you're saying that this is arguably their worst one?
Yeah, it's arguably their worst.
It's very raw.
It's just really, really raw and really rough and just not polished at all and not what you expect from, the standard.
I mean, that's their opening album ever. What are you gonna expect?
Yeah.
Most albums are all like that, especially in the early 2000s. Like that's like a lot of people's EPs and stuff are just. Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time,
I don't know. Turn the Other Way sounds pretty good.
I like as I look through this, I like most of these songs. I've
On
even
Sounding
when,
the Seventh Trumpet.
yeah, even when
Yeah.
I go,
Yeah, that's what that's what I while you guys have been talking, I've been looking through both the albums, and I don't know. Sounding the Seventh Trumpet sounds pretty good.
coming from a standpoint, these are like a screamo metalish band, right? We could kind of say that screamo heavy rock.
Dude, Darkest Surroundings
this is
sweet.
No, Darkest Surroundings probably not one of their best songs,
I don't
but
know. It sounds pretty good.
it's
Can you say
not.
Could you say that they are a screamo metal band, right?
They used to
Screamo
be.
heavy band.
I'd say they used to be, not anymore.
Through like 2005, they were.
Okay. So even to today's standards, this is a rock band, screamo band, whatever.
Even like
That can
Warmness on the Soul, Matt.
That
Come
can
on.
sell out.
That's the only song that I like from that, and Streets. Warmness on the Soul and Streets are the only songs I like off of Sound and Seven Trumpet.
Okay. So this is a band that could literally go anywhere and sell it out. They could do pretty much whatever they want. That's saying something for rock and all that stuff. Yeah, the Sound of Seventh Trumpet you could say, you know, some of the songs are great. When I listen to Avenged Sevenfold, I will go back and listen to Streets and stuff like that. I will definitely come back to these. I would maybe say like maybe the second worst, lowest, but I do definitely like it. But I mean, there's still a lot of good things there. But this is like raw. It's that heaviness. They got. I think this is before they got what's his name, Sinister.
Yep.
He like came in and helped with stuff, right? But
No.
he wasn't fully into it.
After when he joined, they re-released "To End the Rapture," and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only one. That
Okay,
You
he
know
was
what?
in.
You're right.
Unfortunately, this for me personally, you guys keep going. I'll say mine later.
Okay, so Sound of Seven Trumpet, yeah, whatever. Waking the Fallen comes out in 2003, and this is by
That was
far
a fucking great
a
album.
fucking
That's amazing.
heavy ass album. Waking the Fallen to kick it off, straight into Unholy Confessions. Like what?
I Won't See You Tonight, Part 1 and 2. That's like high school for me. Second
that
Heartbeat.
That was the I Won't See You Tonight Part 1 and 2, where it was an homage to Pantera.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Radiant
The
Eclipse.
Second Heartbeat, Eternal Rest.
This is
Chapter 4.
this is literally just taking the Sound of the Seventh Trumpet, upping it a little bit because they got Sinister Gates, but then just upping the quality of it.
Yeah.
This album is still very Sound of the Seventh Trumpet-ish. Besides
the
quality.
the opening to Chapter 4 is one of the best openings I've ever heard to a song ever.
It's a good fucking album.
Eternal Rest is
It
a
is.
pretty good opening, too.
Okay, so they go from those two into then
Bat Country
2005
and City of Evil.
City of Evil. This is
Yeah.
like
The best album.
This is the album I
Of,
remember
like, the
seeing this on
2000s.
I remember seeing this on TV, like
MTV?
Avenged Sevenfold's new album, City of Evil, and it was always Bat Country on.
yeah.
Like, I remember seeing that, and I was like, "What are these?" Like, I wasn't interested in them right away, but I was like, "Who the hell are these guys?"
And
then I actually listened to it.
The song that they pumped out was Backcountry, which is number 4.
Yeah.
So you don't. It's the
They-
fourth
they-
one.
They
You don't
beat
even
out
get
Rihanna,
it.
Chris Brown, Panic at the Disco, and James Blunt for the best new artist on MTV.
Yeah.
that year.
And
You
they
start-
start the album off with Beast and the Harlot.
Then Burn It Down, Find It by Blinded in Chains. It's not until the fourth one, the one that everyone was playing, that is Backcountry. You got Trashed and Shattered, Seize the Day. Like, this is a
And
heavy
MIA,
ass,
MIA
is
too.
one of my
MIA.
favorite,
This is a heavy ass album. We've gone from Sound of Seven
It's not.
Trumpet.
It's not really heavy.
Betrayed
as in,
is
like-
one of my favorite
But it's
songs
like-
Yeah,
of them ever.
it's not heavy anymore. They're getting into more like they're shying away from screaming now. At this point,
You still got the Blinded Shades Backcountry Beast of Harlot type feel. MIA has pretty heavy screaming, but they are exploring. This is still a like.
MIA doesn't really have heavy screaming. It's only an 8-minute song, but it's more of a ballad song.
This is
ballad
like a
rock song than.
But this is like a
screaming at
metal.
all.
Like this is still heavy. I mean, you're sitting
Listening
really
right now,
good.
and it's amazing.
His vocals are still the same when it comes to.
That's when
City
that's when they went away from screaming and growled vocals into
still has that.
into the grit while still having the tone.
Yeah, he's still like gritty.
Burning me like the rising sun.
So you have gone from Trumpet, Waking the Fallen, City of Evil. You're like, hot fucking damn. You got three albums
You're looking
of
at
solid music.
at their like
Ugh.
you're looking and like you're seeing their I don't know what word I'm looking
Personalities.
for. No, you're seeing their growth as a band through those 3 albums.
I honestly think these 3 albums are still more or less the same. The only difference is the Sound of Seven Trumpet just has that poorer quality because it's a new.
It's really poor and it's really raw.
I think
not,
I would almost consider that
it's not polished.
Sounding the Seventh Trumpet and Walking the Fallen are way more similar, and their self-titled album City of Evil are almost more similar. Actually, I'd even skip their self-title and say Nightmare and City of Evil are more correlated.
Nightmare and City of Evil aren't really.
Okay, well
No.
that's
the styles are.
that brings me to
Not really.
that brings me to the self-titled album, the White Album, and I listened to it again today, and then I went.
We skipped an album, by the way.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We were just on
Which
City
one?
of Evil.
Diamonds in the Rough.
That's like an E EP.
No, it's not. It's actually an album. It has quite a few songs on it. Dancing Dead. It has Dancing Dead. It has Demons. It has Girls I Know. It has Crossroads. The Fight, Tension, has their cover of Walk, Until the End, Flash of the Blade.
Well, then why isn't it on Spotify?
I literally have it in my car.
I know you have it, but you're the only person I've actually ever seen have it. Ever. But anyways, let's move on.
I don't know,
It still has really, really good songs.
We can't.
on it.
We
Like,
can't really analyze that because me and Jake haven't really ever listened to it that much.
No, I haven't-
Dancing Dead's one of my favorite songs.
I've
by
listened
them.
to it. I remember the cover and everything that they talked about. Okay, so the self-titled album, the White Album.
Yeah.
I listened to it again today, along with then going and listening to just some of the other stuff from City of Evil, Waking the Fallen, and whatnot. And I was trying not to be nitpicky, but
Brompton Cocktail is kind of a shitty song.
Brompton Cocktails.
see the
Pretty
thing.
good.
Okay, I'm gonna be nitpicky on this because there's one thing that stood out to me that just there's two things that stand out to me. One, his vocals. His vocal they started doing I will agree with you. They started doing a little bit more cleaner in City of Evil, trying to blend those together. He still had that rough scream, whatever, but then he was doing a little bit singing. Then they decided to just take that singing and auto-tune the shit out of it.
In one song.
No, it's like in every song.
It's in one song.
Because
dude.
there's this other thing. I was going to try and find it, but I got too busy at work today. There's something where it was like, I think it was like Afterlife or Critical Acclaim, where they just only had the vocals playing, and it's just like robot. It's like fucking Daft Punk when he's singing.
Do you want me to find you the link to just the Afterlife vocals? Because it's not that at all.
But it just doesn't sound
It's literally just Lost is the one that's auto-tuned at the end.
No, they're all auto-tuned.
I know. I see where Jake's coming from. To be honest.
They all have that auto-tune when he sings.
I'm not saying that album's bad.
I'm not saying it's bad either. I'm just
I
saying
like-
it's the poorest.
I don't
I
agree at all.
think I like Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, but I still think it's the worst at all.
Sound
I
of
still
Seventh
think
Trumpet
it's
is the worst out of all of their albums.
But it does. Like listening to it, because I listened to it because I had plenty of time today. I don't know, like, yeah, I see where Jake's coming from. It's almost
It's okay. So
it's
they
gonna sound also
auto-tune.
hipster. It like went so like they just went too comfortable in this.
They went way too of the mainstream. It's 2007 when this
like
thing
this
came
is
out.
like T-Pain and shit like that. That's why they did the auto-tune thing. Like this is.
It was in one song.
It's 2007. This is like the era of all those.
Dear
like,
God
emo,
is literally like
emo screamo bands that are just, and then they decided to just, yeah, you know what? I think we should do that too. And just
like I like Dear God, but why did they do that? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
who
fine.
knows?
Like that stuff's fine, but it's the
Jake's just
the
hung up on
super
the
auto-
auto-tune at the end of Lost.
no, but it's not in just the end of Lost.
It's through the whole thing.
In Lost, it stands
For the
out
main
the
chorus,
worst.
it's all.
But
Yeah.
whenever he sings in all of them, you're like, what is that? It just doesn't seem right. So the second thing that really is getting really super nitpicky is, okay, the drumming is good, but the way they're tuned, it's not the same as the others. It doesn't bring that kick. Like his bass drum, it's more of like a pleh instead of that brisk hit, that solid thump. His snare drum, super loose compared to all the rest of the albums. It's there, it's good, but it's like dulled down and just pleh. It's like remember Dream Theater's self-titled album when the new guy and his new drum set came in and he tunes it differently and all of a sudden his drum set is just pleh, pleh, the whole album. You're like, what is this? It didn't fit. But this isn't replacing anyone. He's still, the Rev is still alive. He's still with the band at this. It's just like, here you go. I get
like
people
they
doing different things, but it doesn't seem right for where they went after.
I feel like they brought too much of the vocals out. Like it's mostly Shadow's album. Like
Shadow's
I
only
hear
wrote, one song.
listening to it right now again. Like I see like think of their other albums. They're just all the music, the instruments are all in your face more than.
Okay, so what?
Shadow singing.
Besides, the only thing that I really
but the Rev wrote every song on that album.
On what one?
The White Album.
He also wrote most of Nightmare too, didn't he?
he helped write every song.
Yeah.
No, he literally was the sole writer of every song on that album. Like Critical Acclaim, Zachy helped, and Shadows helped, but it was mainly him. Almost Easy was all him. Afterlife was all him. A Little Piece of Heaven was all him. Broken Cocktail was all him.
I know.
Yeah, but Lost wasn't.
I'm not saying the writing's bad. I'm not saying any of that's bad. I'm just
Lost
saying
was all of them.
the style. Like, arguably, the Little Piece of Heaven is probably the best thing to come out of that album for sure.
Critical
yeah.
Acclaim's still a really good song. Also, if you're missing drums, listen to the opening of Critical Acclaim. It's still there.
I know the drums are there, but when you listen to it, but compared to the other drums in the other albums, it's just. Pleh, pleh. That
Like this album for me is like the big one I got into. Well, City Evil, I mean, it introduced me, but this one I remember playing World of Warcraft and listening to it like multiple times in a row.
Okay, so then
To be fair, it's a nostalgia piece for me.
Not being a hipster thing, but if you were to say like, oh, some of my favorite bands are like Avenged Sevenfold, and some of them would be like, yeah, I love Avenged Sevenfold too. Normally, if they're like super not into music, they just kind of listen whatever. The first things they're gonna say are songs from the White Album, and it's like what? There's so
Not
many,
necessarily anymore
so
because of
many
Nightmare
bands.
coming out. After Nightmare came out, it was more. Nightmare was really popular in 2012, so it depends when you got into the band.
It seems like everyone gravitates to this. If I was to ask, I mean, I asked even John, and he's like, "Oh, Almost Easy." It's like a really good song, and I'm like, "Okay, that answers my question right there."
Almost Easy is a good song.
But that's the song that you're associating this band with.
So?
Like, if someone was to ask me, it'd be like, "Yeah, you got goddamn Nightmare, you got Beasts of Harley, you got Radiant Eclipse, you got Unholy Confessions."
That's just you being a bigger fan than them, though. That's like you knowing their discography.
Yeah,
it's not like that's not like you just being
Think
a
of it-
fan. Like, oh,
yeah,
this is
think
my
of it
favorite song. Like,
Think
this
of it
is
from
someone.
a person's perspective where they aren't
if they don't,
a
if they
big
don't,
fan.
yeah, if they don't listen as much as you can't blame them that they don't know all these different songs.
That's like you
So
being
they
like,
just
"What's your
grab-
favorite Katy Perry song?"
So they just
and
grab-
you pick Roar, and they're like, "Oh, that's shit. You should have picked."
You should have
Last
picked this
Friday
obscure
night.
one.
Yeah.
No, one, I wouldn't pick a Katy Perry song. I wouldn't know.
Well,
any of them.
two. What if someone doesn't like Avenged Sevenfold that much, and then they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite Avenged Sevenfold song you've ever heard in your life?" And like, well, I don't
And
really
they've
care
only-
for it.
No,
But
I'm talking
I
about.
remember a song called "Almost Easy," and I shit my pants.
No, I'm talking about like the people that are like into them, but that's the ones that they gravitate to.
Why is that a bad thing though? They're still good songs.
Cause that's better.
Like they could gravitate to anything. They could gravitate to something off Hail to the King. They could be a really big fan of the new stuff. They could be a really big fan of Sound in the Seventh Trumpet. It's not a bad thing. Like those aren't bad songs.
Yeah, I feel like you're judging people really hard.
No,
You're taking this into a different level.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
You're coming in and you're
You're
trying to make
making fun of the fanboys
yeah,
almost for it.
You're trying to
I know.
make a point that the White Album is bad because people like it's
Okay, no.
too
Yeah,
Yeah,
mainstream
Jake, that
and
is
too
way
popular.
too hipster. Yeah.
No. I'm
yeah,
saying.
you know, now I didn't see it right away, but now I kind
I'm saying it like this. So, think of it as when Guitar Hero came out.
And now you're gonna bring up the guitar. Oh yeah, I heard them on Guitar Hero. Like
No.
That's where I heard them.
Or did they say Beast and the Harlot?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
what I
talking
heard.
in
At
general.
first.
Which is
Guitar Hero comes out, and you're like, hey, like the big example would be like Dragon Force. Like I'm listening to Dragon Force, and I was like, oh yeah, I love Dragon Force. Through the Fire and Flames. Okay, well
That's
name
their biggest song. Like
name
why is that a
one
bad
other
thing?
song by them if you think you like them so much. Well, I heard it on Guitar Hero. You're like, oh, okay. Well, take the time to go through the rest of their stuff instead of just their one song on Guitar Hero.
maybe you should.
you
Maybe
think you
you,
like them
should
so
find.
much.
Maybe you should find better friends.
They're not friends. I killed them.
It still sounds like you're judging people way too hard.
Okay.
Like
Besides that,
people
though,
people can like whatever songs they want. It's not like
Besides
they're
that-
less of a fan than you
back to the
if they like a
topic.
different song.
I like "Touch My Body" by Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I don't.
I just,
I like Bump and Grind by R. Kelly. You want to make fun of me for that?
in my opinion, it's their one of their more weaker ones. I feel, and then to have
I will agree with that.
people saying that, oh, these are the songs that I associate Avenged Sevenfold to, or like that's what the argument I was saying is. It's such a so
They're
much
still
better.
good songs though. Like
They're good.
you can't
Okay,
fault them for
guys,
liking
so
a
much
song.
better.
Guys, we are sticking on this album way too long. We have so much more to go through.
Nightmare.
Nightmare
Let's
was the
move on to
concept
Nightmare.
album.
Nightmare
Nightmare was
is
their first
amazing.
concept album.
Nightmare is my favorite album by Avenged Sevenfold.
It is my second favorite. My favorite. Well,
That one was the one that had the Rev take kind of a backseat to most of their songs.
He wrote quite a few songs in there. He wrote all of
Yeah.
his drums.
Fucking
He
Fiction
wrote
is one of the best songs. He's
Yeah,
ever
he
written.
wrote Fiction and Natural Born Killer, and then took a backseat to most of the other ones besides Buried Alive.
But
Yeah.
he still wrote in pretty
Buried
much
Alive
most of them.
is my favorite song of theirs.
Buried Alive is my favorite song.
That's my favorite song of theirs out of anything.
The opening of this album, the art, the feel,
He obviously didn't
And the
write
f-
so far away.
and the
because
flow.
Right.
It's about him.
Well, yeah. And the flow of it is just.
Or
Perfect.
did he?
I
mean,
think it's arguably
the
my
alternate
favorite.
song off that album is even good.
Yeah,
Save me? Yeah.
No, that's the ending track. That's not an alternate
What's the
song.
alternate one?
there's another
4
one.
a.m.
Yeah,
How does that
And
one
then
go?
there's also Lost It All. 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link. It's really good.
I feel like, is there like someone pouring beer in the beginning of it?
No.
What? There's one song I can, for the love of God, still don't know, but it's about like drinking.
okay. When you come into this album, right off the bat, you have Nightmare, and it is, it's heavy, and I say that as in all the instruments are in your goddamn face. It's not that feel. It's boom, straight. goddamn.
I still don't get
solo.
that feel from that album though, because all the instruments are still in your face with most of their songs and the White Album as well.
But
I have heard this song.
But in like a way.
No, it's not.
It's
that's the way it strikes you. It doesn't strike me as that.
I'm trying to think of like, listen.
It's not. They're not weak.
Listen to
like
go to Dream Theater.
Go
to Dream Theater. Listen to one song off of Train of Thought. Then go and listen to one song off of.
That's not the same band though. It's not even the same band.
But that comparison is what I'm trying to relate it to. The drums are so just ruin that album. It's just you're supposed to be in their face and the drums are there going like.
No, did you listen to any of the songs?
For what?
Guys, we're getting off topic again.
I'm trying to say it.
We're moving on.
The drums in this album are so solid. He wrote them all. They're tuned good. You could say, well, they're Mike's drums, whatever. Solid. This album, it could be picked up and dropped right into one of the previous ones besides the White Album, and it would work. The songs could work in there. Okay, then Hail to the King. Yeah. Mike has moved on.
That album just felt so dumbed down because of their new drummer.
I will tell you my favorite songs off that album are Planets and Acid Rain.
Planets is really good.
Planets and Acid Rain are
I like arguably most of them in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them, but
good.
it's
heavy.
Really...
Honestly, Hail to the King was ruined by the concert.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really.
When he said "Hail to the Vikings," I was kind of just like, "All right, no more.
We're done."
We're done.
I feel like it was just kind of a weaker guitar album. Like there was no like super in your face like holy shit, he's fucking going.
Crimson Day's kind of meh.
Crimson Day was a really good song. It's like a really good ballad song, but it's just like everything was just felt dumbed down. Like there was no super technical drumming anymore, probably because the ref wasn't there. There was no like super technical guitar work in any of the songs.
It sounded like it sounded like if City of Evil had a baby with Sound of the Seventh Trumpet. It's the kind of vibe.
No, there would be more screaming then.
Well,
there was still no screaming in this.
That's why I was bringing like the.
Well, even if City of Evil had a baby with Sound of the Seventh Trumpet, everything would still be like pounding you in the fucking mouth. It's just like everything just felt so watered down in this album. Like all the songs are good, all the songs are well written, but everything's just so.
I think the tone was set though.
Yeah, everything was just so dumbed down.
The instruments are solid.
Yeah, they're solid and they're there, but you can't say much else about them.
Yeah, they're not. It's nothing like super flary.
Yeah, it's not anything like in your face.
I see where Matt's coming from.
Nothing
Besides
stands out.
Planets is the only song.
So yeah, I feel you there.
Face.
It's solid instruments, but kind of dulled down.
Yeah,
and then
it's solid. Like all the songs are solid. They're just there. And it's just like none of them stand out, and you're like, "Oh, holy shit, that's a really fucking good guitar solo." Oh,
that's exactly what I feel. Take those two things and flip them for the White Album.
But there are songs that stand out.
Super technical, but the instruments are meh sounding.
Okay, but the instruments aren't meh. Have you listened to Critical Acclaim?
Yes. This is the whole thing.
I'm just asking. Have you listened to it? Because that's a good fucking song.
I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's just
Planet.
Not a solid.
I'm listening
instrument.
to Planets right now, and this song is just so good.
You know who else would have a good opinion for this topic is Bob.
Yeah, he would.
Okay, should we go to the stage?
Yep, the stage.
I wasn't really a fan of the stage.
I liked it.
It's probably my second least favorite. Maybe third.
It has good songs on it, for sure.
I like a few songs.
Exist is my favorite song on that.
Yeah, I do really like Exist.
Well,
weirdly enough, Roman Sky's up there for me too.
Roman Sky is a pretty good song. I liked
Sunny Disposition.
Yeah, Sunny Disposition.
Yeah, that good.
And Paradigm.
And the stage is pretty good.
Yeah, the stage that's a good opening song, but I didn't like Exist just for the sole fact that I was expecting a Save Me, the ending track, to Nightmare, and I did not get that. I was expecting like this big long song with a bunch of progressions and shit, and just like meaningful lyrics, and then it just hit me with like a drum solo for half of it.
The ending is super meaningful. I mean, they got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Nah.
I don't know, but the drumming. Let's go back to the drumming though, because like I've just listened to a bit of Goddamn, and like, well, even Exist. Like the drumming in this one is very solid.
It's an entirely different style of drumming.
Like this, it's funny. Like I feel like this album, they just wanted to show off their drummer. To be honest.
Well, they went from a super technical, like super fucking technical from the Rev, like all these offbeat rhythms and shit, to a super thrash drummer. In the guy from fucking, I can't remember. Bad Religion,
Creed.
I think.
Creed. Okay, so how would you label them then?
What are you asking?
How would you label the albums from 1 to 7?
Fuck, Goddamn's good too.
Who are you asking?
Whoever wants to go.
Yeah, Goddamn's a good song too. Yeah, this one. I think this. All right, wait. Before we do that, should we get like a final list ranking of what you guys each think, worst to best?
That's what we're doing.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Who would have guessed?
What about the singles like Carry On or Ready to Die? Or Not Ready to Die, I should say.
The ones for Black Ops?
Yeah, we gotta.
Or
I guess we can't forget about those.
Because those are big ones. No, I'm saying those are like
good.
also pretty big introductions to them too, because those games were huge.
I mean, they're really good songs. Still.
Yeah. Oh, there's 4 a.m. on Welcome to the Family's little EP thing.
Yep. And I mean, Carry On was Aaron ELJ's debut song with them, and he had a pretty good drum solo in it.
Yeah, the end. Yeah.
I mean, he was with them. Aaron was with them for a while, but
He wasn't anything like super phenomenal. He was just there, kind of.
It literally starts at 2:58. The solo.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not like anything super technical, but it fits. It's there, just like the entire, Hail of the King album that he was on. It fits. He's there.
Then they got another new drummer.
Yeah, and this guy's super thrash. Whereas, you get the super technical drumming from Waking the Fallen. And going from that to just, like, basically thrash drums.
yeah. How would you rate them?
Who are you asking?
Wait, was Not Ready to Die? Was that the Rev 2 or no? No.
No. Not Ready to Die was after Carry On.
Was it? I thought
Yeah.
Not Ready to Die was. No, I thought that was from the first Black Ops. Because Carry On's from Black Ops 2.
There's Not Ready to Die.
Then Not Ready
Carry
to Die.
On.
Yeah, Not Ready to Die was the Rev.
Yeah.
No, never mind. It was Aaron.
Was
Because
it?
the Rev
Okay.
died in 2010.
Yeah,
this
because
was
I mean, Not
2011.
Ready to Die came out in 2011, and then Carry On came out in 2012.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
2011 was after.
So
the
worst
death.
to best. You go first, Jake. Why not?
I have to. I kind of wasn't looking.
Otherwise, all right. If you don't know yet, Matt, I suppose you already know.
Oh yeah.
So I guess worst to best.
Sound of Seventh Trumpet's probably worst. And the second worst probably Stage. And then Hail to the King, and then the White Album, and then Diamonds in the Rough, and then City of Evil, and then Waking the Fallen, and Nightmare. Actually, those top three are kind of tied. City of Evil, Nightmare, and Waking the Fallen are kind of all the same for me.
And that's it.
Yeah.
For me, it goes Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, Hail to the King, The Stage, White Album, Waken the Fallen, Nightmare, City of Evil.
Yeah, see, we're like exactly the same. But
So mine are way
you didn't
different.
include Diamonds in the Rough, but we're
it's
like
'cause I haven't really heard it.
we're just basically the same, except like my top 3 are tied, and you actually have numbers on your top 3.
Like I can honestly say City of Evil is my favorite out of all of them, and then Nightmare is my second, and then Walk in the Fallen is my third. I can honestly yeah. All right, go ahead, Jake. We already know what the worst is.
What's the worst one, boys?
White Album.
Okay, White Album. Yeah, no, it's gotta be down there. Like, just the, yeah.
Can we take a moment to actually like listen to the intro to Chapter 4 though? Like,
It's really good.
it's so fucking good.
It's fucking dumb.
It's so good.
Okay. So I would say, yeah, White Album. Probably like Into the Stage. Hail to the King, Son of the Seventh Trumpet. No, those two are more or less tied. And then it'll be like Wake in the Fallen, City of Evil tied, and then Nightmare number 1.
Fuck, Second Heartbeat's even really good.
Yeah, and Reminiscence, Discrete through Reverence,
Like,
obviously,
like you
Unholy Confessions.
like you said, like the top 3 are like.
It's
that's
so
not saying
hard to
they're.
choose.
That's not saying like my third least or my third favorite album is so much different than my first. They're all like.
They're all very close.
You have
We can all
this, though,
confidently
like,
we can all confidently say that we like every album
then you
besides
have
Jake
Reminiscence.
with the White Album.
Well, I like it. I'm just my argument was it's the weakest one.
Like,
Yeah.
just the drums for Reminiscence is just so fucking good.
You know, this is good.
The White Album?
Games, baby. Ibn Ab.
Oh my god,
All right.
that's so bad.
I think we established that the White
You
Album's the
judge people?
weakest. I'm glad we can all
No.
agree.
We don't all agree actually. Actually, 2 out of 3 of us agree that Sound of the Seventh Trumpet is the weakest.
Nah.
Of course, for me, it is their first album, so they'd kind of have benefit of the doubt with it too. But
And then
Yeah.
you could argue like their EPs and shit then.
It's yeah. Hang on, I'll send you a song off of
Off of
Diamonds
what?
in the Rough real quick.
No, I know what it is. I just don't think of it normally because it has a lot of like covers in it and stuff.
It has 1 cover. Actually 2 covers, Flash of the Blades a cover too.
Got him.
And then Walk. But this is not a cover, and the guitar solo in it is really fucking good. I'll just skip to the guitar solo.
Alright, anyways, we want to switch over.
Alright, let's get the guitar solo in this song. It's probably my favorite guitar solo that he ever does, but
I'll take a look at it. Avenged Sevenfold, good band. Listen to
very
it.
good band. Very good band.
Tell us what you think, or don't. White Album, weakest.
Not the weakest.
I'm
This guitar solo has such a good build
gonna
up,
argue it till the day
then
I
he just
die.
oh god.
Then you guys can cover my casket in White Albums.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm
And
big
I'm
push
actually
it
gonna have
size
them-
of the White Album.
I'm gonna have them play "Dear God" at your funeral. Or I'm actually gonna have
them play Lost.
I'm gonna invite them to play Lost auto-tuned at your funeral.
Oh.
They're like 80 years old at this point. Just
So
do
they
it.
have
So you can
to.
have an early death.
but that
Pour 'em
guitar
on
solo
it.
I sent you though has such a good build up, and then it just like it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Alright, let's switch over, boys.
Right.
Tell us what you think. We're live every
Or
Wednesday
not.
on Twitch. Stuff on YouTube.
Or not too. Whatever.
What?
Or just don't watch us. Who cares?
Oh, I thought you were saying something else. I was like, what are you saying? Alright, let's switch over to those real games, boys. And, we did it. We all agreed White Album's the best.
It is the best.
I'm not saying that. Okay, bye.
We agreed. We agreed. Like you just said it. We agreed.
Ah, I can hear you.